Alright, so before we actually get into this video, I saw that NBA 2K on console did something similar to one of the ideas that I have in this, and technically similar to a couple of the ideas that we have in this, but I feel like it'd still be a good idea for 2K Mobile to add. And like I made this video before, like I didn't even know what 2K Mobile on console was actually doing. So yeah, if you guys see like the time, like you guys will see. But yeah, also I want to talk about like how I wanted, like I posted like on my community page like a while ago. You guys are gonna see the post on the screen where it says random thoughts some 2K Mobile YouTubers should get together and do a team fantasy draft. Basically, I want to be the 2K YouTuber that like starts it off. I want to reach out. I'm gonna try to reach out to other 2K Mobile YouTubers to see what they think about it, see if we get involved with it. But yeah, let's go ahead and get right into the video. What is up, YouTube? It's Coffee Prodigy back in the video, and today we're gonna be doing a NBA 2K Mobile wishlist. However, it's not gonna have like some of the stuff you guys see on regular 2K Mobile wishlist, where it has like auction house and stuff like that. It's gonna have personally like ideas that like I created, like well, not really I created, that I like saw in other places. I feel like NBA 2K Mobile can implement into the game. Basically, my main point to this wishlist is that they don't really have to do anything with the game as far as like changing things. They could just like create different things that are like separate. Like they could just add things to modes that we already have, or add a new mode that will like keep players engaged. Basically, the point of my list is to keep players engaged throughout the whole season. That's basically the problem that I have. Is I'm not engaged throughout the whole season because I don't really care about like stuff towards the end of the season, or like stuff like throughout the week. Like when we're not having an event, I'm not in the game. When the events take forever, like sometimes like, I don't grind an event that takes like forever, like the whole weekend to grind. So just some things that I feel like we can add that can make the game more fun and more engaging throughout the whole year, and make you like actually want to get on the game. Like, yo, let me play some 2K Mobile right now or real quick. But yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, so for the first thing that we have on this list is exclusive players and head-to-head pack that you can only get from playing head-to-head. I don't really care what players they put in this. I have like some ideas for some things later on this list, but for right now, exclusive players you can only get from head-to-head. So for example, it wouldn't include like players that we get all the time. One thing I feel like is a problem with this game is that we get like the same players all the time. Like we get like a lot of Larry Bird cards. We get like a lot of the pure popular cards. Like I'm trying to understand why. Like each team is 27 cards. Like, and if you put like a Tyrese Maxey in a theme, people don't really care about Tyrese Maxey like that. And like people aren't really gonna play the theme. People aren't gonna play for a top war of a Tyrese Maxey, if you know what I mean. But if you like put like players in like head-to-head packs, people are already playing head-to-head. If you put like players like a Tyrese Maxey, like exclusively, like let's say they came out, what is it? They came out, we're on Dark Matter. So if they came out like today, we're like, yo, we can exclusively pull a Dark Matter Tyrese Maxey from a head-to-head pack. All you have to do is play head-to-head, and then for the duration of this entire week, we're gonna give you a chance to get a Tyrese Maxey card. That would be pretty dope, in my opinion. I'm using Tyrese Maxey as an example. Basically, the idea is for us to just get players that we don't really get in the regular events, so we're not like, wouldn't include, as I said, wouldn't include players like a Kareem card, a Larry Bird card, a Kobe card, a Giannis card. Wouldn't include like those level of players because those are like the really popular players. But players that we're never gonna see in the events, like we'll be able to get like a Lou Dort card. You'll be able to get like your fan favorite player of your actual team. Like you're like Alex Russo. We're not seeing Alex Russo in any team in any near future with like them having all those players. So yeah, I feel like if they like put exclusive players in head-to-head, you can get from playing head-to-head. The only thing about these players is I don't know what boost they would have. That's the only problem that I see right now. And I feel like they could do it for each tier as well. So, so for they'll start with, I guess it's Ruby, whatever it is. You start with Ruby, or we'll start with Sapphire, and then you go all the way up to Dark Matter, or the highest tier at the moment. So at the beginning of the season, next season we start off with Sapphire. We get a Ruby card. We get a Amethyst card. Yeah, we get Sapphire, Ruby, and Amethyst card. Those are the cards you can pull from head-to-head packs. So yeah, that'll be pretty dope. Exclusively adding players to head-to-head, it gives you more incentive to actually want to play head-to-head. And then maybe the other idea would be like, the other idea I've had for head-to-head, since we're already talking about head-to-head, is basically to put like a something like this for head-to-head, to where you're getting like a player at the end for just playing games, because I feel like head-to-head thing is kind of buggy as far as like gameplay experience. So like the lag and stuff, I don't maybe you don't want to do this because like head-to-head is kind of weird, but as far as like lag and stuff. But if you like play something like this, where like every single time you play a game, you just advance on this thing, and then at the end you get a good card at the end. You get like some cards in between, maybe like a progression type thing, like we have like Fantasy Finals, something like this, to where like every single game, a couple games you play, you get like a card of something that's going on in the game. I don't really know. But basically, it's a soft idea. It's not really something like that. All right, so the next thing that we have is exclusive players on the draft board. I kind of went over this. I don't know. I kind of cut because I couldn't really figure out what I was like typing down on my computer because I wrote this like months ago. But yeah, exclusive players on the draft board. Basically, you have 1,000 chances to pull a player exclusively from the draft board on the 1,001st chance, because if you don't get it, then it's kind of messed up. You just get that player for free. So by literally just playing the game, you can, and like opening up the draft board like however many times. I think it's like 333, 334 attempts with the 1,001. You can just like get a player from the draft board. That'll get more people more incentive to watch ads, because everybody knows nobody's trying to spend 100 coins to what's the name, get 3 more draft. I don't know why that's actually a thing in the game, as I get like a notification on my computer. But yeah, an exclusive player on the draft board. As I said, it doesn't really have to deal with the theme. It can deal with the theme. That'll be nice. They like add it into the theme, to where like the whole head-to-head thing is like added into the theme as well. Or you get like a 15% boost or a 10% boost, so you don't have to do the court side, but you get like a exclusive card from head-to-head. You get an exclusive card from the draft board. Like that's a 20% boost at the beginning of the theme, which is pretty dope. But yeah, well maybe not, because I don't know. I don't really understand how this worked. They would like, if they want to like what's the name, go over some ideas. I'll be down to do that and stuff like that. But like, yeah, exclusive players from the draft board that you get from just like playing the game. Like, as I said, more incentive for you to play the game and get on the game every single day, which is like the point of this list. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on. All right, so for the next thing that we have on this list is basically the idea for a week-long event. So basically, every single month, I feel like part of the problem with this game is that it doesn't really tie into the NBA as well. Basically, this idea will kind of help with that. So, this idea, there will be a weekly event, to where you have players that are playing well for like that week, or playing well for the previous week. So, for example, it'll give you a chance to give a shout out to players like Anthony Simons, Jared Allen, if I can speak, Darius Garland, and Robert Williams, Jalen Green, players like that. And then every single month, you have a player of the month. So every single month in the NBA, that's the season is going on, there's a player of the month for the East and the Western Conference. So basically, every single week, you'll get a card. So if it was going right now, we were doing this right now, so we would have a player of the week card that would be like a one tier below, because I feel like that makes more sense. One tier below. So instead of a dark matter card, if we were to go right now, we have like a Galaxy Opal Anthony Simons, a Galaxy Opal Jared Allen 1 week, Galaxy Opal Darius Garland 1 week, and a Galaxy Opal Robert Williams 1 week. And then at the end of the month, when they announce the 2 players a month for each conference, so for example, if it's like a Nikola Jokic and a Giannis card, then you would get a dark matter of your choice. You can only choose one. A dark matter of your choice for either Nikola Jokic or the Giannis card for that month, which I feel like would be pretty dope. A thing to add for next year. And then like months when the NBA season is not going on, you just choose players that like did well during that time, or players that like stood out during that time. So for example, during like the playoffs, you get players that like made like noise during the playoffs. So for example, you get like a playoffs thing. You have a Baron Davis card if it was like going like the first round, like somebody from like that Warriors team, like I said, like a Baron Davis card, somebody like that made noise in like the first round, like be like upset a top team or played really well in the first round of a playoff series. I don't know, if I feel like this stuff isn't really that hard to do. That's that. I don't think they're leaning into like the product of the NBA as they should be. But yeah, every single week, and then at the end of the month, you get like a player that played like really well in like the conference series overall, or like I don't know, just figure something out that goes along with that. I don't really know. These are just ideas I'm spitballing here, to be 100% honest. If they really want to like talk ideas, they could like just hit my line anytime, you know. But yeah, something like that, and like during like seasons like rookie, when like the draft is about to come up, you get like a rookie Magic card, maybe like at the end of the month, something like that, type stuff like that. But yeah, that's basically the idea for the weekly theme. That can go out throughout the whole season. And like I said, the main reason for this list, like keep players engaged throughout the whole season, so people have like a reason to hop on the game every single time. But yeah, all right. So for the next thing on this list, we have something I've been asking for like a very long time at this point, which is basically longer stamina timers. We don't really have to get into this that much, since I've gone over it quite a bit. Basically, as of right now, every single time your stamina is refilling, which is faster if you have the courtside pass, it takes 2 hours for your basic stamina to refill, and it takes 3 hours, I believe, for the event stamina to refill, because 30 minutes. Yeah, 30 minutes per. And then it's minus 20% for both of those when you have the courtside pass unlocked. So I'm not sure what that would be, but yeah, your stamina is going to refill faster. I feel like they should make it to where the stamina timers are to a point where even if you have the courtside pass, it'll take like 6 hours. So whatever that would be, to where if you have the course I pass, it'll take 6 hours to refill. So basically, you're not able. Honestly, I'm not able to get on the game every single 2 hours, every single 3 hours. That's not about to happen. I actually have like things to do and stuff like that. I feel like this game should be mindful that people have things to do. They're not going to get on the game every single 2 or 3 hours, which basically what that is insinuating when you have like timers that take like 3 hours or 2 hours to complete, and you're gonna be on the game every single 2 hours. Like people actually have to sleep and stuff. Like so if they make it like 6 hours or like 8 hours, which I feel like would be a lot better. But we're saying 6 as like a compromise. But yeah, if they make it like 6 hours, you'll be able to do things throughout your day. Then you'll be able to get on the game every single couple hours, hop on 2K Mobile, play the game or to simulate the whole season or something like that. And you don't have to be on the game every single like 2 or 3 hours, which I feel like is like pretty reasonable to be honest. I don't see why they haven't done it. But yeah, 6 hour stamina thing will be pretty dope. I've been asking for this for a long time, so I feel like we went into it a little bit more than I really wanted to, kind of like a rant, something like that. But like, yeah, longer stamina timers. I feel like it's a very basic thing that I feel like we need in a upcoming season, whether it's this season, whether it's next season. It needs to happen very soon, though. I don't know, but yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. All right, so the next thing that we have on this list is something that I feel like they can implement right now. So basically, if you guys don't know, if we go over up here to your profile, you can see that they track the amount of points and stuff that you have on your account. So basically, my idea would be that they just give you rewards for like reaching certain point milestones. So for example, once you reach my idea was that it would go from the Marcus Aldridge at 5K points. The Marcus Aldridge has like way more than 5K points. It would go, but he is like towards like the top of the points leaderboard. So at the beginning of the season, that's 5K points isn't going to be as hard to reach. Whenever they guess that you will reach 5K points, especially if you're playing the game a lot more, you're going to reach a lot faster. But whenever you reach 5K points, you get a LaMarcus Aldridge card, who's a pretty decent card. When you reach 10K points, you get a Bernard King card. When you reach 15K, you get an Oscar Robertson card. You get 20K, you get Elgin Baylor. 25K, you get a Adrian Danling. 30K, you get a Nuggets Carmelo Anthony. 35K, you get a Wilt, and then 40K, you get all for the Korean. You basically do that for every single stat that they track. So for head-to-head fans earn, I don't know, you just do the most popular players. You do like fan favorite type players. I don't really know what exactly you would do for that. Maybe like Yao Ming, maybe like a Michael Jordan card as like the top reward. Maybe like a, I don't know, just really popular players in the NBA throughout NBA history. Maybe like a Jeremy Lin card, stuff like that. If you want to do like head-to-head fans earn. Season hash played, you just do players that play in the seasons or play in the NBA for a long time. For season hash played for 3-pointers made, it's very simple. You just do like Curry cards, or you do players on like the top of the 3-point made list. Basically, it would just go up down for this whole list. Basically it just go down for this whole list. So yeah, that's basically be the idea for that. As far as stats, basically just rewarding you for playing the game. Like I said, the point of this list is meant to keep you more engaged throughout the whole season. So yeah, I feel like that would give you more incentive to play more games. Like, oh, I'm really close to getting that whatever, like Oscar Robertson points. Let me get that Oscar Robertson real quick. And they will like line up like throughout the season. So at the beginning of the season, we're technically gonna have the opportunity for you to get a Dark Matter Kareem Abdul-Jabbar card on your team if you play the game that much, or a dark. I'm not sure who's like leading in rebounds, but like a Dark Matter of the person who's like leading in rebounds, if you play the game enough. But yeah, that would basically be the idea for that. All right, so for the next thing that we have on this list, I don't especially know how they will implement this, but I feel like if they like thought about it enough, they could figure out a way to implement this. So basically, this is an idea that stems from NBA Live Mobile, season 1. So basically, we have 3 types of stats, or we have, what is that, 10 types of stats in this game? So yeah, 10 types of stats in this game. Basically, there will be a master for every single stat. The question is how you actually make progress to get to the master. That's the only thing I'm trying to figure out right now. But basically, for every single stat, you get a player master for that stat. So I actually have every single player lined up. I just don't know how you would get to those players. So for example, for a shot dribble, you have a Kyrie Irving card. For layups and dunks, you have a Vince Carter card. For mid-range, you have a KD card. 3-point shot, a Clay card. Post shot, a Dirk card. For the agility, a John Wall card. Strength, a Ben Wallace card, since he has like a 6 in strength. The rebounding, a Dennis Rodman card, since he has a 6 in rebounding. For playmaking, a John Stockton card. And for defending, a Bill Russell card, since he's, well, there's no card in the game with like a 6 in defending. But yeah, basically for every single stat that you get in this game, you get an opportunity to get a card from that stat. So yeah, I feel like that'll be pretty dope in the game. The only thing is how they will implement that if you guys have any ideas, which they're probably never gonna implement this regardless, but just for like spitballing ideas for how you would get or how you would make progress to get to these masters, that would be dope. Let me know down in the comment section below, and then I'll pin it or I'll put something on. I don't know, but I'll shout out your comment somehow. If it is, I feel like that would be a dope idea for the game. But yeah, make a master for each stat that we have in the game. So we have like all these stats. We might as well make a master for them to make, as I said, make people have more incentive to play the game. So let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. So the next thing we have on this list, again, I'm not really sure how they would implement this, but it will be pretty dope if they were to figure out how to add it to the game. So basically, I have a system to where you can earn players or you can earn masters from every single team in the game. So I have every single player lined up. I'm just gonna name a couple. So for the Hawks, we have Dominique Wilkins. For the Celtics, we have Jason Tatum. For the Brooklyn Nets, you have Dr. J. For the Bulls, you have Derrick Rose. For the Cavs, you have LeBron. For the Mavs, you have Luka. I'm not about to name every single 31 of these players, but for every single team, there is a player. And then there's a mixture of like old players, there's a mixture of former players, and there's a mixture of current players as well. So I'm gonna like probably like leave all this stuff in the description if you guys want to see like every single player I have laid out. But after that, you move on into the collection masters. So for if you collect every single team, there's gonna be a set. So there are, if we go over to the collection, because they have them each laid out here. So for the teams, there are a total of 5 teams per division, and for every single division, we're actually gonna be able to get a master. So basically, for the first division, you're gonna get a master card. My idea was that you get an Allen Iverson card for that division. For the next division, you're going to be able to get a Giannis card. For the division after that, you're going to be able to get a Heat LeBron card, which we didn't really get any of those this season. We got like one. For the division after that, you get a Kevin Garnett Wolves card for the Timberwolves. For the division after that, you get a Kobe card, which is why Kobe card is actually not on the Lakers one. We actually have a Pau Gasol there. And then obviously these players, they're not repeat. So for the 76ers, I'm not completely sure who I have for that. For Sixers, we have Joel Embiid. And then for the Bucks, we have Sidney Moncrief. For the Heat, we have, I'm not completely sure who I have for that either. But yeah, you get the point. For the Heat, we have Jimmy Butler. But yeah, for every single team, there's a master for that team. There's no repeat. So for the Heat, as I said, you have Heat LeBron. For the Lakers, you have the Kobe Bryant card instead of the Pau Gasol card. For the Rockets, you have, I'm not completely sure who I have. For the Rockets, you have a Clyde and the for the Rockets. But for the division master, you have the Hakeem for the bottom. So yeah, that would basically be the idea. And then if you collect each division, so basically if you collect every single three of these divisions, so basically you get these masters by collecting every single player from the team. And then after you finish the team, you do the division, and then you get the division masters. And then after you do the division, you move on into the conference masters, which are going to be players like Magic Johnson and Larry Bird for the East and the West. And then you finish it off with the with the actual master. If you collect all this stuff, and then you move on, if you could throw 2 players in the set, so you throw Magic Johnson and Larry Bird in a set for a Michael Jordan card at the end of the thing. Also, the idea with this was that you get an exclusive gear. So every single time you finish off a team, you get an exclusive gear for that team, which is basically like an epic gear for that particular team. So every single time, like let's say I did like the Celtics one, right? Because I completed the Celtics one, I now have an epic gear for the Celtics, which is basically more of a chance for you to earn epic gear for a particular team that you would want, which I feel like is a pretty dope idea. Personally, I feel like it's a great idea. Like I literally name players for every single 30 teams that I create like all this stuff for you. All you have to do is implement it into the game, to be honest. But yeah, that would basically be the idea for that. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think about that idea. That idea low-key took forever. That took way too much time considering I didn't really have to do all this work for that. And then also, the idea was for the for the division matches, you get 2 random epic gears from that division, and then for the conference masters, you get a random legendary gear. So any legendary gear for any team in the entire game, and then for the master Michael Jordan card that you get at the end, you get a legendary gear from the team that you choose. So you can choose whatever team you want. You get legendary gear for that exact team. That would be a pretty dope idea. I don't know. Like I really impressed myself with the idea. To be honest with you, like that's my favorite idea on this list. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on. Alright, so for the last thing on this list is actually pretty simple. It's basically just being able to transfer your players into pump-up collectibles or something like that. So for example, for example, if I could change my 2 Paul Pierce cards into, I guess could that be fair? You can change 2 Paul Pierce cards into 3 pump-up collectibles, because if you like, let's say you could change a duplicate into 3, and you could change singles into 1. So I don't have to deal. The idea is that you don't have to deal with the 500 card limit. The idea is to find a way to deal with the 500 card limit, since it apparently has to be. I don't exactly know why, but the 500 card limit has to be here. So let's like actually come up with solutions to where we're not actually being bothered by it as much. So every single like I don't really need all these pink diamond cards. I can turn each of these pink diamond cards into a pump up collectible or a upgrade collectible, which basically be like a new type of currency in the game that you can't really buy. But the same way as pump up collectibles, like you can use those cards like later on if I want to let's say I get the what's the name? Who's the pink diamond card? Let's say I get the Oscar Robertson card from this team. I can use players that transfer into upgrade collectibles to upgrade this Oscar Robertson card with. So as I was saying, you get if you throw in 2 duplicate cards, you get 3 upgrade collectibles. If you throw in 1, you get 1. Or you get if you don't throw in 2, you get 3 because duplicate cards. Yeah, if you don't 2, you get 3. If you throw in 1, you get 1, and then it just goes on like that. It doesn't really go on at all. You just get duplicates and you get singles. So yeah, that'll basically be the idea for that. Find a way to solve the 500 card limit so I don't have to deal with it every single time. I don't have to train a player away every single time. I feel like they need to find a more efficient way than that, because I'm done with the 500 card limit. I probably could honestly get rid of most of these cards down here, since we're not going to add mentors next season. That's what I'm probably going to do. But there's a lot of cards in the game that you don't really need later on in the season. So yeah, that would basically be the idea for that. Also, I have a lot of these cards. So I thought they were going to like repeat themes towards like the end of the season, because that's what they usually do. But yeah, basically the idea is to find a way to solve the 500 card limit. Since apparently it has to be here. Find a way. It doesn't have to be that. Just find a way to solve the 500 card limit. Yeah, it's basically going to be the last thing on this list. If you guys did enjoy the video, drop a like. If you guys have any ideas for the game that like we haven't really heard of, that are like more inventive, like other than like, I don't know, what are the ideas? People be throwing out like the auction house ideas. Like, I don't think we're ever gonna get an auction house, to be honest with you. But yeah, this is gonna be the end of the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new, and peace out.